Drew. This week we're knocking on death's door. Alright, Drew, ominous intro aside, we're checking out Death's Door this week on the Xbox Series X. This one was a really cool game. It's kind of like a roguelite adventure game. I'm pulling a lot of similarities to like a Legend of Zelda style game from, way back when. Very nostalgic feel to this one. I had a lot of fun jumping in. What did you think?
I had a lot of fun too. Honestly, I thought it was very accessible, very easy to get started. And then once you found yourself getting started, you then found yourself exploring to kind of recircle back into areas and kind of lose yourself as to where you were and where your objective is headed in the next direction. You and I were just talking off camera, the fact that honestly, I love the game, but there's only one complaint I have for the entire thing, Corey, is that I wanted a map. Dude, if I had a map, right, I honestly probably could have cut my time in half. I think is really what it kind of boils down to. But at the same side of it too, right? You want to go out and explore so you can run into more enemies. And as you kill these enemies, you earn these little orbs that allow you to spend on upgrade points. And to upgrade your little crow, dude, is a grind. Personally though, I think Death's Door is awesome. It's a fantastic thing. It's just really just missing that map for me. How about you?
Oh, you know what? I can feel you. Definitely as you start playing through this game, it's one of those, styles of games where you do a lot of backtracking, like you said. So the whole premise here is that you're a crow, essentially a Grim Reaper of sorts. And we've been tasked to take down these 3 giant monsters and reap their souls so we can unlock Death's Door and help out a crow that's been kind of trapped in the world that we're currently in. And, you go on some pretty intense adventures through some pretty beautiful landscapes in this game. I thought visually this game looked amazing. The way you kind of traverse through some of these lands, you're going from platform to platform, from screen to screen, in caves, you're kind of all over the place. But like you said, without a map, it does get a little repetitive in the sense like, did I pass that already? Am I going in a circle? And because there is so much backtracking in this game, especially as you earn certain abilities throughout this game you'll unlock, I'm going to call them Zelda-like abilities. I mean, we get hook shots, there's kind of a fire shot ability, a bow and arrow. I mean, there's a lot of similarities here, but again, it's kind of what makes this game so good and so solid. The control scheme I thought was fairly simple, but very difficult to master because the roguelite element here is that we only can take so many hits before we die, and depending on where we died, we actually might have to backtrack pretty far and get reset. And that was definitely one of the more disheartening things with this game, Drew, because the difficulty level was fairly high. I found that more often than not, you get into certain screens where there's quite a few enemies, and it's like, holy cow, like you start to get a little overwhelmed. But then when I got into the boss battles, man, the difficulty level just skyrocketed. I had such a hard time getting through these bosses. But I mean, overall, it still was a really fun, awesome experience. And I just, between the visuals and the audio, I was just so kind of immersed in this game. I just kind of wanted to keep charging forward.
Dude, you mentioned the audio. Honestly, Death's Door audio is one of the best soundtracks, ambiances within a game that I've heard this year. It is fantastic. I honestly kind of caught myself just listening to the game. And that's all I was doing. I wasn't even moving on screen. I was just kind of sitting in place, listening to it. You have certain like subtle tones all of a sudden kind of creep in just out of nowhere, but it was so soothing. And yet you get into this big fight and all of a sudden you get, like you said, you get swarmed by all these creatures. I think the creature design too was fantastic. Shout out to Pothead. Pothead I thought was kind of funny.
Oh, it's too funny, man.
Right? The comical relief in the game is there as well. But when you get surrounded and you just kind of scrape past the battle and go, whew, man, I had 1 hit left and I just squeaked that out. Like it was, it's such a cool game. The art style, Corey, I knew this was all ours, man.
Oh yeah.
Had to take it, right? It's definitely our vibe when it comes to this art direction. It even caught my girlfriend off guard. She's watching me play. She goes, this is cool. I'm like, I know. Like, Death's Door is a blast to play. I can't recommend this thing enough, man. Everybody should be checking this one out for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Cory, I just mentioned it, dude. The audio in this game is fantastic, and this is going to roll into my score as well with a 9. I got to give it a high one. This game is so cool. Probably one of the best games we've seen so far this year.
You know what, man? I've got to agree. I had so much fun playing this game, other than the fact that maybe a little more direction or a map would definitely have helped, but I still had a ton of fun playing through this adventure. Like I said, the boss battles were hard, but so rewarding when you finally got it. I'm right there with you with a 9.
Nice.
Great visuals and audio guide you through this dark adventure. With a solid combat system and easy controls to pick up, you'll find yourself slaying monsters in no time. But a mini-map would have been nice.